Why should we hire you? Perfect answer that works. Why should we hire you? If there is one interview question that makes even qualified people nervous, it is this one: why should we hire you? It sounds simple, but in reality it is a pressure test. The interviewer is not just asking for a summary of your resume. They are asking whether you understand the role, whether you know your value, whether you can communicate confidently, and whether you can solve their problem better than the other candidates. The good news is this question is not designed to trap you. It is actually a golden opportunity. If you answer it correctly, you can separate yourself from almost every other applicant in the room. Most people fail because they talk too much, sound too generic, or repeat the same things already written on their CV. They say things like, "I am hardworking, passionate, and a team player." But the truth is, every candidate says that. Those words are overused, weak, and forgettable unless they are backed by real value. The perfect answer that works is not about sounding impressive. It is about making the employer feel confident that hiring you is the smart decision. So how do you do that? You build your answer around three things: relevance, results, and reliability. First, relevance means showing that your background fits this job. You want the interviewer to feel that your skills match exactly what they need right now. Second, results mean proving that you have done something valuable before, whether in a job, internship, university project, freelance role, or real-life situation. Third, reliability means showing them that you are someone who can be trusted to learn fast, take responsibility, and contribute positively to the team. A strong answer does not need to be long. It needs to be focused. A perfect structure sounds like this: start by connecting your experience or strengths to the role, then give specific proof, and finish by explaining how that will benefit the company. For example, instead of saying, "You should hire me because I am a hard worker," a much stronger answer would be, "You should hire me because my communication skills, problem-solving ability, and hands-on customer service experience match the key requirements of this role. In my previous position, I handled customer concerns calmly, improved response times, and helped maintain positive client relationships. I believe I can bring the same level of professionalism and energy to your team from day one." Do you hear the difference? The second answer feels real. It feels tailored. It feels useful. That is exactly what employers want. Now let us go deeper, because the best version of this answer changes depending on your experience level. If you are a fresher, do not panic and think you have nothing to say. You do not need years of experience to give a powerful answer. You simply need to focus on your strengths, your mindset, and your willingness to learn. A fresher can say, "You should hire me because I bring a strong willingness to learn, a fresh perspective, and the discipline to adapt quickly. During my studies, I worked on projects that helped me build research, teamwork, and time management skills. I may be starting my professional journey, but I am highly motivated, quick to learn, and ready to give my full effort to contribute to your organization." That works because it is honest and forward-looking. It does not pretend to be something it is not. If you already have experience, your answer should sound more direct and impact-driven. For example, "You should hire me because I have direct experience in this field and a track record of delivering results. In my last role, I managed responsibilities similar to the ones listed in this position, and I was able to improve workflow efficiency while maintaining high-quality work. I understand what this role requires, and I am confident I can make a positive contribution quickly." This tells the employer that you will not need excessive handholding. Now here is the mistake many candidates make: they give a memorized answer that sounds robotic. Even a strong script can fail if it sounds unnatural. The goal is not to memorize every word. The goal is to understand the message. When you answer, sound confident, calm, and human. Speak as if you genuinely believe in your value, not as if you are begging for approval. Confidence matters because employers are not only listening to your words, they are also judging your self-awareness. If you sound unsure of your own strengths, they may become unsure too. But confidence does not mean arrogance. Never say, "Because I am the best candidate," unless you can prove it in a very specific way. Instead, say, "Because my skills and approach align well with what this role needs, and I am ready to contribute immediately." That sounds confident without sounding overconfident. Another smart strategy is to study the job description before the interview and identify the top 3 qualities the employer wants. Then build your answer around those 3 qualities. If the role needs communication, organization, and customer handling, mention those clearly. If the role needs technical skills, problem solving, and teamwork, build your answer around them. This instantly makes your answer feel customized, and customized answers always sound more professional than generic ones. For example, if you are applying for an administrative role, you might say, "You should hire me because I have strong organizational skills, attention to detail, and the ability to manage multiple tasks efficiently." In my previous work and academic experience, I handled scheduling, documentation, and communication responsibilities successfully. I believe these skills will allow me to support your team effectively and keep operations running smoothly. If you are applying for a sales role, you could say, "You should hire me because I understand how to communicate with people, build trust quickly, and stay focused on results." In my previous experience, I developed strong interpersonal skills and learned how to understand customer needs before offering solutions. I believe that approach can help me contribute strongly in a sales environment. Notice how each answer fits the job. That is what makes it powerful. Now let us talk about the emotional side of this question. When interviewers ask, "Why should we hire you?" they are really asking, "Why should we take the risk of choosing you?" Every hire is a risk. Training takes time. Mistakes cost money. A bad hire affects the team. Your answer should reduce that fear. You do that by sounding prepared, relevant, and dependable. The interviewer must feel that you understand the role and that you will make their life easier, not harder. So your answer should always hint at this idea: "I understand what you need, I have what it takes, and I am ready to help." That is the real psychology behind the perfect answer. Let me give you a universal formula you can use in almost any interview. Start with, "You should hire me because," then mention your 2 or 3 most relevant strengths. After that, say, "In my previous experience," and add 1 short proof point. Then finish with, "I am confident I can bring that same value to this role." This formula works because it is simple, clear, and believable. Here is a polished example: "You should hire me because I bring strong communication skills, a proactive attitude, and the ability to learn quickly. In my previous experience, I successfully handled responsibilities that required accuracy, teamwork, and problem solving. I am confident that I can bring the same level of commitment and contribution to this role and become a valuable part of your team." That answer works for many roles because it is structured, positive, and employer-focused. Now, if you want to sound even stronger, include 1 line that shows you understand the company. For example, "I am especially interested in this opportunity because your company values growth, professionalism, and customer satisfaction, and those are qualities I strongly connect with." This shows that you are not applying blindly. It shows intention. Employers notice that. But be careful not to overload your answer. The best answers are usually between 30 and 60 seconds when spoken. Long enough to sound complete, short enough to stay sharp. Do not turn this answer into your life story. Keep it targeted. Also, avoid desperate phrases like, "I really need this job," or "Please give me a chance." Even if that is true, it weakens your position. Interviews are about value, not sympathy. Focus on what you can offer, not what you need. That shift alone can transform your delivery. Before your interview, write your own version of this answer and practice it out loud several times. Listen to how it sounds. Remove anything vague. Replace general words with specific strengths. Make sure your answer matches the role you are applying for. And most importantly, believe what you are saying. Because the perfect answer that works is not magic. It is clarity. It is preparation. It is confidence with proof. So the next time someone asks you, "Why should we hire you?" do not freeze, do not ramble, and do not repeat empty buzzwords. Take a breath, smile slightly, and give them the answer they are really waiting for, an answer that shows you understand the job, understand your strengths, and understand how to bring value. That is how you stop sounding like just another candidate and start sounding like the right one.